I think it's fascinating how even the most seemingly mundane pieces of our daily workflow can affect the efficiency of our workflow in a negative way if we don't manage them well. One of those seemingly mundane pieces is the way that we manage our desktop, our home screen on our computer, if you will. So I'd like to make 5 recommendations as to how you can streamline your desktop workflow and get your work done as efficiently as possible. My first recommendation is to simplify the background on your desktop. Now, I've taken it to an extreme. I've gone to a white background. That white background is neutral, which is great in my case for recording tutorial videos. It's bright, which if I'm translating it to an emotion is a happier color. And of course, it makes viewing anything that I might have on my desktop, if anything at all, very easy to look at. You can right click or control click on the desktop background and choose the option to change your desktop background. Choose a minimalist image, if you will, or go to a solid color. I know personally as a visual individual, I can get distracted by a really colorful, detailed image. So again, the solid color works best for me. But choose a simple, clean background that's not distracting. Secondly, set the dock on your Mac to hide. If you right click or control click on that dock, you can turn hiding on or off. By default, the dock is visible. I personally prefer that it is hidden. Again, less distraction on my desktop. I can focus on the work at hand. And I just like the minimalist look. You also notice that there are minimal icons in that dock itself. And actually, most of those are there because the applications are open at this point. I don't need to access applications in that dock because I personally like to use Spotlight to access applications efficiently. Now, most people will probably click on the little magnifying glass icon to access Spotlight if they use Spotlight at all. I personally like to use keyboard shortcuts because it's more efficient. So I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Command Space to access Spotlight. Type in the name of the application, in this case, Google Chrome, which is my preferred browser. Hit enter, and it pulls up the application. Now, once you get used to this workflow, it's extremely fast. Just like that, a split second, I've opened an application. There's no dragging the mouse around down to the dock or opening the Finder window to go to the applications folder to then pick the application that I want to open. It's a much more efficient workflow. And then the last recommendation that I have for you is to keep as little as possible on your desktop. Now, in a future video, we'll talk about file and folder management on your computer, what the most efficient way to do that is, or at least the way that I currently manage my files and folders. But part of that file and folder management is to keep as little on your desktop as possible. Again, it's less distraction so that you can focus on the work at hand.